Hey everyone, Tankenstein here. In this video, I'm going to go over two really big announcements that are coming to War Thunder, one of which is actually game-changing, and the other of which is kind of the method of facilitation for that game-changing announcement. Before I get into that, just please like, comment, subscribe. You know the dealio, especially if you like news, gameplay, commentary, maybe some commentary, who knows, guides, giveaways. Speaking of giveaways, I've got a giveaway running on another video. Click the link below and it will bring you to that video in which you can apply for the giveaway and you can win an A5C pack that will be coming out with the next update. That being said, the two things that have been announced in this dev blog, because we are in dev blog season, the MiG-27M Flogger J, and possibly more importantly, and this is the game changer, guided bombs. That's right, we're getting guided bombs with direct hit, which is absolutely huge. That means, to me at least, along with the announcement of the A5C and other planes and tanks and all that as well, is that this is going to be a very close air support heavy patch, and especially one for non-American countries, which is something people have been wanting forever because people say that America has the best close air support. This patch is going to even it out. So we are getting the MiG-27M Flogger J, and the MiG-27 is essentially the attack variant of the MiG-23, and by all accounts is a much better aircraft, at least in real life. People liked flying the MiG-27, at least from what I could tell, more than the MiG-23. The MiG-23 had a lot of problems. The MiG-27 is a bit more advanced than that, and against the attack variant, people preferred it. This features a new 30mm 6-barrel cannon that has 300 rounds in-game. I've read that it might have had 260 rounds in real life. I'm not sure what's the truth, if it had 300 or 260, but in-game, Gaijin is saying we'll have 300 rounds, which is definitely good for Soviet players, and it will fire at a rate of 5,000 rounds per minute. That is insane, and it will have access to AP and APHE rounds, which will make incredibly short work of tanks. It also has electronic countermeasures. Now, from here, it will also feature gun pods, rocket pods, air-to-surface missiles, air-to-air missiles, bombs, and more. This will be a true top-tier attack aircraft, and it also sounds like it will be quite versatile in-game as well. A lot of people, as I said before, don't really like the MiG-23. You know, if you use it kind of as a high-altitude interceptor, I've heard it's quite effective, but in traditional kind of like low to medium altitude dogfighting roles, what people are more used to, at least currently in War Thunder, it's not quite as good. But this is apparently going to be better in low altitudes. Now, the MiG-27M was developed as a less expensive version of the MiG-27K, which itself was the most advanced version of the MiG-27M produced by the Soviets. Now, this raises two questions for me. Are we getting the base model MiG-27 with this update as well, or are we just jumping to the MiG-27M? Because that's a pretty decent sized jump. This is not the initial variant that was released, and it seems like Gaijin might be doing this, maybe because, and I'm not sure if this is how it was in real life, the MiG-27M may have had access to air guided bombs or things of that nature, whereas the regular MiG-27 may have not. I don't know. In real life, it could move at around 1,900 kilometers per hour for its top speed, or around 1.7, a Mach 1.7 in altitude. In game, however, Gaijin is claiming a top speed of over Mach 2, so who knows? Either the sources that I'm reading are incorrect, or Gaijin is incorrect. I'm assuming that the sources I'm reading are actually incorrect, because Gaijin, for the most part, does its research pretty well on these sort of things. And also, the MiG-27M will also feature limited numbers of countermeasures, meaning that it will likely contain about as many as the MiG-23, which will definitely be a sore point for many people, being that the MiG-23 hardly has countermeasures. So, you might be able to escape from 1 or 2 missiles, maybe 3 if you kind of budget them out. Well, I guess technically 1 missile per flare or something, but typically in order to make sure that flares don't hit you, missiles don't hit you, use as many flares as possible without kind of going overboard. So if that's the case with the MiG-27, this will definitely not have a good go of it in air-to-air combat, at least while being chased. Now, the most important part of this devlog is the fact that we're getting guided bombs. So the MiG-27M will have guided bombs, or GBUs, meaning that it will be the first vehicle in-game capable of carrying such ordnance. Now, per Gaijin, This will work by switching to a special guided bomb site, at which point you'll lock the target and then drop the bomb. For me, I'd have to see the application of this, because I wonder if this would also work against moving targets, or if the in-game system will be initially limited to static targets. And I'll get into that in just a second, because I think Gaijin may have answered it. Now, if this does work against moving targets, it would be absolutely devastating against ships. Kind of like how the manually guided Fritz X bomb was devastating for the Germans. Now, a not so fun fact, the Fritz X manually guided bomb destroyed the Italian flagship Roma the day after the Italians switched sides in World War II. So an HE-111 was flying at, I think, 10 or 20,000, however many thousands of feet, way above the the water, and it dropped a single Fritz X bomb right through the deck of the Italian battleship Roma and destroyed it, causing an absolutely massive loss of life. A single Fritz X bomb from well over 10,000 feet up. It's crazy. So once naval becomes more developed, I feel that GBUs could be huge. Of course, there will be some anti-naval missiles as well, but who knows? Now, per Gaijin, the KAB-500KR and KH-29T will be introduced with this coming update and will feature TV guidance that will allow them to lock to an area rather than a single target. Now, if this is the case, then as I kind of mentioned before, I suspect that Gaijin has already answered my question, meaning that if it locks into an area, it will not really be able to impact, again, moving targets. I'm not sure if a huge battleship counts as an area. Probably not. It'll probably just lock onto the ocean and just hit whatever's at that point in the ocean at X or Y point in time. But who knows? I mean, either way, this is absolutely huge for War Thunder, because this signals that we might be getting more and more advanced close air support aircraft in the future. It's pretty clear that Gaijin, while they have not entirely abandoned it, they are not really looking to the past so much anymore. They're not going to be introducing too many more World War II jets. I mean, they'll be doing it. World War II planes, jets, whatever, like piston planes. But really, they are looking to expand. And at this point, the banner planes, like the marquee planes and ships and tanks and all that, are always going to be modern vehicles. And I guess that's how it's always been, but even more so now. It's every single patch they are pushing the technology that they have in game. So let me know what you guys think. If this is cool, if you don't like the idea, let me know. It's really weird, really interesting, and we are entering into more or less unprecedented times in War Thunder. But either way, thanks so much again for watching, everyone. Please like, comment, subscribe. You know the dealio, and I will see you all on the other side. Take care, everyone.